What is up, everyone? JD here. Hope you're doing well today. Got one in from Civiv. Let's take a look at it. All right, so it is a new model, but it's not new. And I'm a little late to the game, but it was released this year, and I'm kind of glad that I got to check this one out because I don't know that I would have picked it up on my own. This is the Civiv Cetos. Very interesting model here. It is a steel frame lock knife with a show side scale. Now, I don't know if there are a bunch of different versions. They usually do micarta and G10 and then a wood onlay version, but it looks like this is, if I can read that, my goodness. The lighting. Yep, 14C28N flipper. It has a fuller. Let's see. Yeah, and you can get to it. I wasn't sure if you could get to it. Very well tuned. Civiv does a nice job with the tuning. The fit and finish is always well done here. Nice and centered. Steel fold over deep carry pocket clip, not reversible. They did elect with this particular model not to do that. And you know, most of the time I find when they do frame lock models where they don't reverse them, they usually do that just because you want something lefty specific so that you can use it left-handed, but it's not such a stout detent that you can't open it. It's just going to be really heavy if you want to use that fuller for the reverse flick. Now, I say that, but you can't carry it left-handed per se because of that deep carry clip. Flipper tab is done well here. Good jimping. Can't really fail it. Does feel like it needs to be taken apart, cleaned, and maybe oiled a little bit. Feels just a little gritty in the action, which is not normal from something that you see from Civiv. Bead blast finish. Good jimping on the top here for grip. The access looks tight. And I don't know if you'll be able to see that on camera, but it's scalloped and it's got a little bit of jimping on there, so you can actually grip it really well, irregardless of which way that you disengage the lock bar. So I like that too. Pocket clip, pretty standard stuff here from Civiv. Good clearance. It works and functions very well. It's not horrible ergonomically when you're holding it, so you're not really having anything dig into that. Now, I did take it down to do a little bit of cutting with this one, and good factory edges from Civiv are not uncommon. They do a good job, seemingly, with their 14C28N. Once you finish cutting a little bit with it, it strops right back. Went right through the cardboard fine. I did strop it before I tested on the catalog paper just because it has been in a few hands before getting to me and I wanted to be fair with a fresh edge. But good edge angles, good cutting geometry, and a lot of good stuff with it. Let's do some size comparisons, and I am curious about the weight on this one since it's a steel lock bar. Okay guys, we got the CJRB Pyrite Light and we got the Kaiser Nice Guy on the table just to give you an indication of size reference, and it is slender but more full size. You're going to be able to get good grip on here from medium all the way up to larger size hands, and it's going to be very comfortable ergonomically. Let's do a couple more just in case. Alright guys, I wanted to bring out the Spyderco Manix 2 Lightweight, which is a little bit more full size, a little bit longer, very comparable to the Ceto, and the CJRB Echo, which is more medium-sized EDC, but you can see the Ceto just a little bit longer than that Ceto. I'm going to go ahead and grab the scale. Let's take a look at the weight on this one. Alright, scale out and on. Let's close it and take a look at the weight here. Yeah, I had a feeling really close to 4 ounces, pretty I wouldn't say heavy. I was about to say pretty heavy. Heavy for what you're used to seeing from Civiv. Usually you see anywhere in the low to mid threes, ending like around 3.5, 3.6. So it is heavy, but I say that because it's also slender. Like a lot of Civiv knives that come in at that 3.5 ounce weight are more like what you see here with the Manix 2 Lightweight, a little bit more of a fuller handle, a little bit of a taller blade, so there's more material there. So I think what they did is they decided, hey, we have this slender design, let's go ahead and try a steel frame lock. And I think that's a nice option for people that don't really like liner locks but are on a budget. It's something they can check out, try to decide for themselves if they like it. Let's go ahead and wrap up with final thoughts and impressions. Okay guys, If you're not familiar with the channel, I do grade on a scale of 1 to 10. 1's the worst, 10 is the best. A lot goes into consideration for that. So price point, fit, finish, materials being offered at that price point, performance, ergos, you name it, I'm taking all of that into account. Now, this is a budget knife. I do cap off at 7 for the best possible score on a budget knife, and that's just because materials limited. As I mentioned, good ergos. Pocket clip is okay, works better than it functions as far as the ergos go. It does dig in a little bit out on the tip there, but this style of clip from Civiv, pretty typical from that. Really good job on the jimping. Geometry for both the edge angle and for the blade geometry are really good. Nice, thin, slicey, everyday carry knife, can flex into gents. I think that it's an attractive design, not offensive, not anything that's going to stand out in a crowd, either of those. So that can be a good thing if you're trying to get something that may be unassuming that you may want to carry as a gents option here. A little bit more weight to it, so that is a little bit of a con. I think for me, for this one here, I think it's a solid pocket knife. I'm going to go 5.2 on it just because of the fact that I don't really love the weight, don't love the way that the pocket clip feels in hand. I think they would have been better off going with a milled steel, or just go ahead and throw your milled titanium pocket clip on here. I think that would have gone over a little bit better. I also would have loved to have seen, if it were possible, because it is a thin scale, for them to do a couple little pockets in here, maybe to get that down to that 3.5 ounce option. Great drop point, performed well, and just a simple, straightforward design, nothing that's going to wow or excite or stand out. Let me know what you think about the Ceto down in the comments below. I know I'm a little late to this one. It was not high on the priority list, and truth be told, if it wasn't in this pass around, I probably would not have picked this one up on my own to check out. There's other things that excite me a little bit more from Civiv. Links are down below, though, if you want to check this or other options out. It helps when you use those links, so thank you for that. Special thanks to my channel members. I'm out of here, guys. I'll catch you next time. Hope you have a fantastic week. Peace.